sophomore year in high school, he was starting to have problems with his grades. And there were some things going on in our family too at the time. He had a fairly minor bicycle accident. He was given a 30-day supply of Percocet by the emergency room doctor. And I think that may have kind of been like the very beginnings of everything.
Before this, I'd already been smoking weed and drinking and experimenting with hallucinogens, but as soon as I took that pill, that hamster wheel inside my head stopped. That was kind of a feeling that, I was striving to find. With the Percocet, I found it. With the opiates, I found it. And that's probably when the addiction kind of took hold. I got into heroin when the Percocet and the roxycodone got too expensive.
Intuition told me something's going on, and so I started Googling, heroin and behavior, and I started to kind of match up his behavior to what you would expect from someone using heroin.
I'd always believe what he said, but then it was always a lie or something. You never wanted not to believe your older brother, and then I quickly realized that I can't really believe everything he says.
Our relationship was pretty rocky. I replaced heroin for everything else under the sun.
We were able to keep him home for about 3 days. He's an artist, he did artwork in his room, and there were no really obvious signs of withdrawal at that point. I thought, okay, great, we caught this early. He's done. And by Thanksgiving, Christmas that year, it was bad. He agreed to an intensive outpatient program. A couple of days after he quit going, he overdosed. We found him on his bathroom floor, barely breathing.
I thought I was dying. It went from, oh, this is fun, to this isn't fun anymore.
We finally were able to get Aaron into an inpatient rehab program. There was a 3-day family therapy workshop, which we all attended, and I remember distinctly driving home and really taking a mental inventory of everything that was going on in my life. It was like the walls just came crumbling in. I was in my bed and I just started crying. The next morning, Sunday, I remember waking up and I literally couldn't get out of bed. I just wanted to pull the covers up over my head and never get out of bed. And I thought, I can't go on like this. What can I do? My yoga journey started probably 14 years ago. A friend told me about hot yoga, but I fell away from it. And it was almost like I had this epiphany. And I thought yoga, that helped me before, I'll go back to yoga. I learned about Pure Action through my yoga class. They were doing research on how yoga helps with depression. I thought that it could help with his continued recovery after he came out of sober living. Fast forward to this past December, Aaron, one morning right after Christmas, is like, Mom, let's go do yoga. And I didn't want to go that day. And I thought, you know what, this may be my only chance to get him back again.
After that first class, I felt so good. I felt high without a substance. And that's what keeps me coming back, I think, for sure. Yoga has definitely strengthened our relationship.
Oh yeah, definitely. We go together. Time we eat before, or we afterward, we get like a smoothie afterward. We spend that time together.
And I think for the first time in a long time, they've kind of started to see something's different.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I've seen definitely changes.
I've started a clothing company called Sacred Anomaly. My aim is to use my story to help people in similar situations.
And then if I can add on, to use some of the proceeds in helping people come out of addiction.
At times, it gets very, very difficult. I want to give up. I want to quit. But the reward afterwards, when you stick through it, is like something I've never really experienced.
Holding a pose that is not easy, I think is like strengthening resolve. It's strengthened my resolve to help Aaron. There's no doubt.
There is hope. There's a way out.